We're going to take a look at some long division. This first question here is one way it's asked. The second question below is if it's given as an area and volume question. So first question here that we're going to try, we know that it's x cubed and we know we're multiplying by x minus 1. So that means that I have 2 squares going down and then I have 3 going across. If it's x cubed, I have 3 going across. If it was x squared there, I'd have 2 going across and 2 going down. So I have my x minus 1 on the side. And then on the top, I'm going to find my answer. So this part here is where my answer is going to go. So for this first part then, I'm going to put the first one into the first box, the last one into the last box, and then I'm going to try and find the bits that go on the top of that. So the bits that go on the top of that. The top over here, I'm going to multiply x by this one on the top, and that's going to give me the bit that goes on the top of it. So on the top of that, we're going to have a 3 and we're going to have an x squared. So I'm going to put in my 3 and my x squared. Right, into the box then, I will have 1 multiplied by 3 to go into this box here. So 1 multiplied by 3x is going to give me 3x squared. Okay. The next thing that I can find then is what goes on the top here. So to find what goes on the top there, I'm going to say that 1 over on the left hand side multiplies by whatever goes on top to give me that plus 2. So that must have been a 2 then that went on the top here. And a plus 2 because my answer is 1 by 2 gives me a plus 2 inside in that bottom rectangle. Right, the last bit then that we have to do is that we know these two here need to add to give me the x squareds and these two here need to add to give me the x's. So the bits that add to give me the x squareds, then I can see in this question I have minus 2x squared. So if I have 3x squared in this and I need to make these two add to give me minus 2x squared, I'm going to need to subtract. I'm going to subtract minus 5x squared. Okay, that's because, again, they need to add to give me a minus 2x squared. The last thing that I need to do here then is I need to find this bit here on the top. And the way that I do that is I say x goes into minus 5x squared. I need a minus, I need a 5, and I need an x. So my answer for this one then is 3x squared minus 5x plus 2. And that's my answer. Okay, if we take a look now at the second question, down here underneath, this is a slightly different way of asking it, but it says, given the rectangle below, find the height. So we know from area and volume, if I just draw a little example here, I know that if this area is 6 and I know that this is 3, then I know that 6 divided by 3 will give me the other side of 2. So I'm going to use that principle now to decide what to do with this question. So for this one, if I want to find this height here, I'm going to need to take this bit here and divide it by one of the sides, and that's going to give me my length, my height in the case that I want. So I'm really going to attempt to divide I'm going to attempt to divide x squared plus 3x plus 2. I'm going to divide that by x plus 2. So when I start to do this, I'm going to draw my box out. In this case, I'm doing 2 by 2 because I have these two need to go down the side and I have an x squared. So if it's an x squared, I need to draw 2 boxes going across the top. If it's an x plus 2, I draw 2 boxes going down the side. Okay, in the first box goes the first part, that's x squared, and in the last box goes the last part, and that's plus 2. The parts that I want to get then, I want to get what goes up here. To do that, I know that x multiplied by x. So this one multiplied by this one will give me x squared. I know that this one multiplied by this one will give me the plus 2. So I know I need to multiply plus 2 by plus 1. And there's my answer. My answer is x plus 1. That is the length of this side here. So if I multiply this side here by this side here, I get the middle bit. And that is x plus 1 as an answer. So to go back through these again, you can either have something with an x squared divided by something with just x's in it, or what you can have is something like above, which is x cubed, and we're dividing again by x's. If we have an x cubed, I know I have to draw 3 boxes going across. That's 3 boxes going across because it's x cubed, and always 2 boxes going down. There's always 2 boxes going down. If I have an x squared, I draw 2 boxes going across and 2 boxes going down, so I have something that looks like that. Okay,